Hello everyone, Joni, Executive Producer on Sea of Thieves with another weekly dev update. Today I wanted to spend some time talking about community and the value and the importance of our community in Sea of Thieves. You know, it's been a big goal from the start to build a community around this new game, Sea of Thieves. It's what we started ages ago with our Insider program, and you know, we were always wanted to be open and transparent with our community. We always wanted to build a positive and respectful community around Sea of Thieves, and you know, that is the case. We have an amazing community in Sea of Thieves. So everyone out there that has come on that journey with us or has joined kind of at any point along the journey, like, we have an incredibly supportive community that is positive and respectful, and broadly behaves in the way that we always wanted our community to. I think one of the things that we're most proud about is the diversity in our community, and that we've got people from all walks of life. You know, we've got people from different generations of families playing together, like such a diverse range of people throughout, and our community supports that and is welcoming, and you know, there's a real support for diversity and for people just with so many different backgrounds and tastes and everything, and we love that, and we thank everybody that has been such a kind of positive member of that community and has welcomed new people into this. Back in the earlier stages of Sea of Thieves, we actually worked together with our community to build the pirate code around how we expected people to behave in the game and in the community. And as Sea of Thieves has grown and our community has grown, it's got to a place where we actually wanted to put together a kind of community code of conduct that kind of takes the spirit of the pirate code, but clarifies some questions people have around, you know, player behavior in game or behaviors in the community, and really kind of put forward our kind of stance and our perspective on, you know, how we, you know, expect our community to behave. And it's very much based on how people are broadly behaving already, right? Like I talk about the fact that our community behaves in a really positive and respectful way. We want to kind of talk about that and really kind of lay out in our code of conduct, reinforcing the way that the majority of people behave. But we also want to talk about, you know, some things that we see as small and rare kind of occurrences in our community, that we, you know, things that we don't like and things that we don't think are acceptable. So we are sharing our community code of conduct today, which is something we've been working on for a little while. It's going live on the Sea of Thieves website. The link will be in the notes below the video, so you can go and kind of check it out. And I just wanted to talk to you some of the top points here and some of the top kind of questions that we get around kind of code of conduct and how people should behave and what's okay and what isn't. Obviously, Sea of Thieves, it's a pirate game, it's a shared world, and the design has always been that the kind of the treasure and the things that you're going out and earning in sessions is always at risk. And so people attacking other players' ships and people stealing kind of items off players and making their getaway and stuff is obviously, like, that's absolutely acceptable as part of Sea of Thieves. It's a shared world. It's always been a shared world. It's always been the intent that there's going to be risk when you're out there on the seas. And so that kind of player behavior is absolutely within the spirit of Sea of Thieves. So as we've always talked about with Sea of Thieves, like, we love the diverse range of people that we have in our community. And so, you know, with that in mind, we've always had a zero tolerance approach to discrimination. So targeting anybody and discriminating against anybody for, you know, what their beliefs are or their background or their preferences of any kind, like, is unacceptable for us. And again, we will have a zero tolerance approach. We always have, and that's something that's, like, really close to our hearts, just as a, you know, a really diverse group of people making this game and with a really diverse player base. And it's one of the things that we're really proud about in terms of how inclusive Sea of Thieves is and how inclusive our community is. And so, yeah, so when we do see isolated cases of discrimination, we will have a zero tolerance approach to this. Then when we think about kind of activities that cross the line, like abusing people, bullying people, discriminating against them in the game, using, like, or outside of the game, but using discriminatory language, or harassment, you know, using the game to go out and find people and follow them around and repeatedly harass them, repeatedly target them, like, these kind of behaviours are not the things that we expect to see and not the things that we intended for Sea of Thieves. And, you know, it's it's when the kind of behaviour crosses that line into kind of targeted harassment that's unacceptable for us in Sea of Thieves. And one of the questions kind of related to that we've had is around clarifying our stance on stream sniping. And so stream sniping for us, like the kind of behaviours that we see of people going into the game solely with the purpose of disrupting someone else's play experience who happens to be streaming, so trying to find them, trying to then get involved in their stream and then basically targeting them and ruining and upsetting and disrupting their play experience as your kind of sole goal. You know, when it comes to encountering a streamer in-game in Sea of Thieves, and if you happen to recognise them, you know, that can be a really cool moment, and that's absolutely cool. And of course, have fun, be excited, but what we're talking about is kind of repeated harassment, repeated targeting of somebody that happens to be streaming the game, and that you're going in and disrupting their experience and kind of ruining their game session, both for them or for their viewers, regardless of whether that player was streaming or not. If that was your sole thing that you were going into Sea of Thieves to do, is to basically find someone, target them, and disrupt their play experience in a negative way, like that crosses the line into harassment. So if you experience any kind of discrimination or bullying or harassment or any other kind of negative behaviour in Sea of Thieves in the game or in our community, then please log a support ticket. Again, the link will be below in the video description, and here provide any evidence you can, and we'll take a look into that. And you know, if we have clear evidence, then we will take clear action against the individuals involved. So I've hit some of the top kind of topics that come up and some of the top questions that we see and that we've tried to kind of build into our community guidelines. But the community guidelines themselves, again, the link will be below in the video itself, is very much us really kind of reinforcing the great and positive behaviours that we see by and large across our community, and really kind of reinforcing what is great about Sea of Thieves. And so both for existing members of our community, but also for people that are new to the Sea of Thieves community, there will be a clear kind of area to go and see and how we expect people to behave, again, based on how great people are behaving, you know, by and large in our community. But also, if there are kind of instances where you're not really sure about people's behaviour and if it crosses a line or not, you can see clearly what our stance is there and clearly where the things are where people have crossed the line and the steps you can take to kind of go and report them. So I wanted to spend this week's Dev Update talking about the community guidelines that we're releasing, because community is such an important part of Sea of Thieves. It has been from the start. You know, that how this game has grown and developed and built has been kind of in hand with us growing and building a community alongside it. And it's an incredible community. It's welcoming. You know, it's so inclusive, and we love that. And this is just us kind of reinforcing our stance on that, and also just clarifying the behaviours that we believe to be unacceptable within that community. So thank you to everybody that has been a part of the Sea of Thieves community so far, for showing up in the right way, for being so inclusive and welcoming to everyone. And you know, we look forward to continuing to grow Sea of Thieves, continuing to grow our community, and growing it in the right way and in the way that we've done so far. It's been a pleasure to be on this journey with you, and you know, looking forward to seeing how we continue to grow. That's all I'm going to be talking about this week. Obviously, next week we'll be back. We'll be talking about Dark Relics, which will be super close to releasing, and really looking forward to kind of revealing some of the details around that. So until then, I'll see you on the seas. Cheers. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to see more videos like this, then feel free to like, subscribe, or click that little ship's bell.